I bothered a lot of people on Instagram just like, look at this bag, I think it's so pretty. Hello, welcome back to Classics with a Quirk, where we talk about contemporary and luxury designer items and brands with a touch of silliness. This is the kind of content you find interesting. Please do like this video and subscribe for more of it. Thank you. So first of all, it feels like it's been ages since I filmed, so forgive me if I sound or look a little rusty. In terms of sound, yeah, so thank you again to everybody who's been giving me well wishes in terms of what's been going on with me. We're figuring it out. It's been a lot better lately. The stuttering and the tremors have been a lot better. Still unexplained, but we're looking into it. I've been doctor appointmentsing all over the place, and so hopefully something will come of that soon. Anyway, so that is not what you're here for, and obviously timestamps are down below in the event that you want to skip it back and forth between the chapters, because I feel like I've been recording and talking for a really long time so far. And let's, get to the meat of the subject here, which is Fendace. This video is a little bit long time coming because I made this purchase actually several weeks ago and then could not film. And I have very mixed feelings about what I have to show you, because I do love it, but I'm still conflicted, and I'm gonna just show you what it is. It's not a true unboxing because I actually purchased this in boutique. I purchased this in Versace, and I'm gonna just show it to you and then talk to you a little bit more about my feelings, but I'm also gonna tell you like what fits and what it looks like on and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to give you details about it because no one else has been talking about this piece. I've only seen 2 other unboxings about this particular item in the whole of YouTube, and I have been following the Fendace YouTube like nobody's business. I've been looking at it all the time because I've been looking at all the unboxings, I've been looking at all of the items because I really like this swap collab thing that it's not really a collab. But I said I was going to show you what it was, and then I just started talking more. So all right, so let's just show you. So it came in this box. This is the Fendace box, and the packaging on the Fendace items was phenomenal. The bags were beautiful, the boxes were beautiful, the dust bags were beautiful, all of it was so nice. My box ended up being a little bit smashed, which I only noticed when I got home, and I was kind of disappointed, but I did actually contact the SA and reached out, and we got that sorted. I really like the packaging a lot, and you're gonna see with the item, if I can stop babbling about it and show you what it is, that there is a reason why I was so attached to this packaging and this color palette. So, okay, so it came in this box, and I took it out of the box, and then it came in this dust bag, and the dust bag is quite small, as you can see. And it's the beautiful dust bag with the same black and gold branding that I think is so gorgeous. And I'm gonna just show you the item now, as I keep saying I'm going to. So here it is. And this is it. It is obviously a bag, but it is a bag without the strap. The strap is over here. I'm doing a really good job. Clearly I've been away from YouTube for a while, but I'm doing a really good job about this reveal stuff. So I got the bag and the strap were packaged separately in the box, and I actually asked for a separate dust bag for the strap specifically, so I got 2 dust bags, which was very kind of the SA. Now this is the Fendace camera case bag, and it was sold both on the Versace and the Fendi websites, and in both the Versace and the Fendi boutiques. And this bag is one of the items that was just the branding itself, the Fendace branding. Now this collab had 3 components. They had the Fendi designed by Versace line, they had the Versace designed by Fendi line, and then they had the Fendace combined collab portion of the swap. And that was all the things that had the branding. So they had this camera case, they had a Sunshine shopper tote in the black with the Fendace logo on it. They had some ready-to-wear with the Fendace logo, I believe a swimsuit, a hoodie, a regular shirt, and then some slides and some other things. But the 2 bags were this, the Sunshine shopper, and then I think there were some pouches also that were just the Fendace. And it's funny because I know that people were really mixed about this swap. I know that people either really liked it or people really didn't like it. There wasn't a lot of people who are lukewarm about it. I'm sure there are quite a few people who are lukewarm. If you are lukewarm about the swap, please let me know, but also let me know if you liked it or hated it. If you did like it, please tell me what your favorite item was. I would be very interested to hear, because I love Versace Baroque print. I love it so much. I'm a sucker for black and gold. I really am. And so the whole Fendace design and branding was right up my alley, truly. So when the swap went live, not only on the runway but available for purchase, there were 4 items specifically that I was very, very drawn to. I was drawn to the V2 sunglasses. I was drawn to the Sunshine Shopper Tote in the Fendace logo print, the big one. I was also drawn to the mini Sunshine Shopper, the Baroque black and gold print, the black and gold motif. I really like that a lot. Amber Ashley unboxed it on her channel, and she's one of 2 people I've seen on YouTube unbox it. The other person, gosh, I think her name is Debbie's Dilemmas. I might be getting that wrong. I'll link both videos down below, and I'll link the channel for you. But both of them unboxed the Sunshine Shopper and showed details of it, and I thought it was so gorgeous. I loved it so much. And then those 3, and then this bag. So this was the 4th item that I really, really liked. Now here's where my mixed up feelings kind of come into play, because I went to Versace because I don't have a Fendi boutique where I am. There's no Fendi boutique in my whole state. So I went to the Versace side, and Versace carried the camera bag and the Sunshine Shopper, but they didn't carry the sunglasses or the mini shopper tote because those were Fendi exclusive. And I really, really like the Sunshine Shopper, and I really like this camera bag. I'd actually been looking at this camera bag a lot online, but the online pictures were actually very kind of deceiving because it made the camera bag look a lot smaller than it actually is. And I'm going to show you mod shots, I'm going to tell you dimensions and show you what fits and everything, because this thing is actually quite a bit bigger than it seemed to be on the websites from the stock photos and the model photos. So that was kind of a pleasant surprise. When I went in and I tried it on, I really, really liked it. I thought it was very beautiful, and I liked how it looked and what it fit. And it also was a very reasonable price point in my opinion. Now, Versace is generally a much less expensive brand, all things considered, than Fendi. Fendi is a much more expensive luxury brand. Versace is a little less expensive. It's like kind of a more affordable luxury brand. So when they combined forces, by their powers combined to create Versace's prices kind of went up to sort of meet Fendi prices, so that Fendi's items didn't get devalued, you know, from the swap. It was so that they both would be elevated, which makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Interestingly enough though, this camera case, which is mostly leather and the strap is full leather, this was $1,150 plus tax, so about $1,220 after taxes. Fendi is selling a camera case bag in canvas with a fabric strap also for $1,150, and their new arrivals for the new season in their men's line. And so for the same amount of money, I got this amazing collab bag, which is mostly leather, and now for the same price you can get a canvas bag with a fabric strap. And I just thought that was an interesting thing to mention. I digress. So back to this camera bag. So I saw the bag and loved it, but I also saw the Sunshine Shopper tote and really liked it. Like, I bothered a lot of people on Instagram just like, look at this bag, I think it's so pretty. I tried it on a bunch of times. I'll show you some pictures here. And I was really, really torn. The Sunshine Shopper is obviously a bigger bag, it's more expensive, and I ended up actually talking myself out of it. And that was for several reasons. I'm going to just put this down for a second. So I ended up talking myself out of it for several reasons. One being that it was an open tote, and I just generally don't use open totes for the most part. And the second was that it didn't have feet. And for a full leather bag that had so much leather and it was smooth leather, the feet not existing kind of bothered me. But the more I thought about it, the more it bothered me less. And in terms of the shape, like, I know it was an open tote, but I loved it so much. But at the same time, what would I be able to use it for? Because it is quite a big bag, and I don't do a lot of traveling right now, though it would be a really good travel bag, I think. And so a lot of mixed thoughts about it. I ended up saying no to the Sunshine Shopper, although I still do admittedly look at it longingly on the website because it's still available on both Fendi and the Versace websites, and I think it actually might still be available in my Versace store. So there's that. I said goodbye, au revoir to the Sunshine Shopper, the big one. And then I couldn't see the little Sunshine Shopper in person, obviously, because it wasn't available in the boutique. And I saw it online and I liked it so much, but I decided against getting it simply because I have another bag in roughly the same size and shape that I don't really use that often because I find the crossbody strap just kind of too thin and sort of awkward on me. And I love the little tiny top handle look, but I just generally don't tiny top handle carry a bag. I just don't seem to have that energy about me. I tend to shoulder carry my bags or crossbody my bags. So it just didn't seem like it would work really well with my style. And that was the other thing in terms of just style. Like, it's a beautiful black and gold bag with these really nice details and the Fendi logo on it. And don't know if I am cool enough to pull it off. You know, that's the whole story. I just don't know if I'm cool enough to pull it off, if I could figure out how to style it. I've had some issues with styling in general in the past, which I think I've mentioned, and this is just no different from that. So all that happened in my mind over a period of weeks. I've been obsessing over the Fendace collection swap thing since it came out, since it was on the runway, since people started making videos about it. Cassie made an amazing video where she got to like try on everything at Fendi, and it was just so cool, and it really got me going. It really did. So I ended up saying no to 2 of the 3 bags I really, really liked, which kind of left me with this one. And in Versace, I was trying it on and I liked it so much. Not as much as the Sunshine Shopper Tote, which is, I think, part of the problem that I have. Not as much as the Sunshine Shopper Tote, but I really liked it a lot. And I think that if the tote hadn't existed and I wasn't thinking about it, I would be completely happy with this bag. But since I think about the tote now, there's that problem. But anyway, I bought it. Obviously, I have it in my possession, and I bought it from the Versace boutique. Now, fun fact, in case you didn't know, Versace and Fendi both have this same policy where if you buy online, there is a return window, usually 14 days. But if you buy in the boutique, if you buy in a Versace boutique, or if you buy in the Fendi boutique, you can only exchange it for store credit or exchange it for another item. You cannot return it. So this was unreturnable once I purchased it. And I do admit that it was a slight impulse buy, because I saw it and I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, and then I bought it and I liked it, and then I got home and then I started feeling some regret. It's weird making these videos because I obviously I want to show you things that I like, but I think it makes a lot of sense to also show you things that I don't like or regrets that I've purchased. If you're interested in like a whole video about other luxury regrets, I'd be happy to make one. Just let me know. But it's weird because I do like this bag, and my regrets aren't about the bag itself. It's more like there are other things that I also really liked, and I feel like I picked this one because I talked myself out of those. And the other regret is styling, which was my problem in the first place with some of the other items in general. All that being said, I do really like it. I think it's so beautiful, and obviously I bought it. I liked it enough to buy it, and I bought it and I couldn't return it, so I'm keeping it, of course. But I feel kind of silly. I don't know if silly is the right word, but I feel a little awkward trying to wear it because it sounds silly. It is silly. I don't feel cool enough. I don't feel cool enough to wear it. I really like it. I think it looks so cool and sleek. I love the Fendace logo in general. The branding I think is so cool and sleek and chic, and I still love that Sunshine Shopper. And if you think I've talked about the Sunshine Shopper tote too much and should just go for it, feel free to knock some sense into me in terms of yes or no. But I just love the way this looks, and I'm going to show you the details now because I think they're very worth sharing. But that's kind of my conflict, which, like, it's not a conflict because I can't even return it, so it's sort of a moot point because I own it, I bought it, it's not returnable. But there's a conflict in my enjoyment of it just because I don't feel confident wearing it. And I'll explain a little bit more when I do the try on. But first I want to show you the details because what else are we here for? Nobody else is talking about this bag. I hope that if you were interested in the details, you skipped to this part because I just rambled like for 20 minutes. Hopefully I'll be able to edit that down. But anyway, so this is the bag. I have measurements and I have a comparison for you because, again, the measurements on the Fendace websites, the Fendi/Versace websites, don't seem accurate to me. So I'm going to tell you it in inches. So lengthwise, like across, it is 8 inches. Height, it's about 4, and then depth, it's about 2 inches. And the strap itself has 6 holes, and on the longest setting, it is 45 inches long, and on the shortest setting, it is 38 inches long. So you've got quite a lot of adjustability with the strap, and I think that if you wanted to, like, depending on your waist size, you could even like wear this as a belt or something. It's a little bit too big for me to wear it as a belt, and that's something I'm going to get into when I do mod shots as well. But I tend to wear it on the shortest drop or a little bit longer because I prefer to wear this crossbody. The strap is quite thick. You see, it's pretty big. I'd say about 1 inch thick. And because of that, if I wear it just on my shoulder, it tends to fall off. It slopes off my shoulder. So this is more of a crossbody bag or a crossbody bag. I will explain. I promise I will explain. Details. Details. I have been away from YouTube for too long. Anyway, so the details of the bag is that it is completely smooth leather, and the Fendace branding is embossed on top of it, or not embossed, painted. It's like a screen print on top of it, which looks very nice and sleek. But it does mean that this is very susceptible to scratching, and if you scratched it, then this would probably flake off. So it's a little bit more delicate than a other bag might be that doesn't have this on top of it. And obviously it's smooth leather, and smooth leather is also susceptible to scratching. The hardware is all gold. So this zipper, the D-rings, and the zipper pull is all gold. And the zipper pull is a detail I adore. It's this dual branded zipper pull. I'm gonna see how well I can show this to you. And if you can see that, it's the safety pin with the Medusa head from Versace, but there's the Fendi FF logo inside of it too. I love that. I love it so much. That's one of my favorite details about this bag. I also want to point out that on the end of the zipper over here, you can see there's a teeny tiny FF logo, which I also think is a very cool detail. The metal, all the hardware is nice and sturdy and solid. The strap itself, both the clasps are these lobster clasp type things. So they just but they are sturdy, they're not plastic. They're definitely metal, and they've got Fendi etched into them. And then over here, the buckle here, there is also Fendi etched into one side. And aside from that, it's just one long strap. This is actually two pieces. This is one piece with the buckle, and then the strap is the other piece. But they're both like nice pieces of leather, and they are glazed on the end. So it's just got glazing to seal it. And yeah, so strap is pretty simple. A fun fact about the bag though, and this was the same for the Sunshine Shopper to my memory, is that there isn't glazing on most of the bag. It's all stitched in. You can see that, that's all stitched in. It's not glazed, which is a very nice detail that I appreciate, just because it's a little bit more sturdy, because glazing can crack in ways that stitching, can't. It's leather. Anyway, so I just appreciate that touch. So if we unzip the bag, and this is a note about the bag, is that if it doesn't have anything in it, it's very soft. So it's a little bit hard to unzip without completely squishing it. But, usually you're putting stuff in it, so that's fine. If you unzip the bag, there is a Fendace tag in the back here. And then on the other side, there are 3 card slots, if you can see them. Let's see. Yeah, so there are 3 card slots, 1, 2, 3. And the bag itself is fabric lined. It is fabric lined. The tag, the Fendace tag, is leather, and the front of the card slots are also leather. You can see that. But the inner side of the card slots are also fabric lined. So it is a half leather, half fabric bag. I also do want to point out though that there is this tag inside the bag, and it is massive. It's huge. That whole thing is just the tag that comes with the bag. And it is enormous, and it's just very large. So that's just fun. I mean, I'm sure you could remove it if you wanted to. I don't really care either way. It's just a thing to note because I haven't seen anybody else talk about this bag. When I bought the bag, I received the dust bags, as I said, the box, and I also received an envelope that had my receipt in it, as well as a smaller envelope that had information about the bag itself. So that's oh, here it is, yeah. So just a little Fendace envelope and a big Fendace envelope. Again, I think the packaging is so nice. I love this branding. I love black and gold. The ribbon is gorgeous. I think it was so well done, so well thought out. Every single piece of it was done so well, which is one of the reasons why I'm so torn about the other items that I like, because I like collabs. I like looking at them. I like collabs and swats, and I just think they're interesting from a design aspect. But I haven't ever really until now felt such an overwhelming, encompassing desire to own specifically items from a collab before. Like, I thought that the Gucci Balenciaga hacker project was interesting. I didn't particularly feel compelled to own anything from it. Nike and Adidas do collabs all the time. They're fine. Gucci North Face, it was interesting, but again, like, I was fine. I mean, Dior's done a bunch of collabs with people. Fendi's done collabs with people before. I do really like the Fendi Sarah Coleman Vertigo line. I do, but it's just an aside. Like, generally, I like collabs a lot from a design element and aspect and appreciation, but I don't need to own them. Fendace, I really wanted to own several pieces from it. So that's one of the reasons I'm so on the fence, because I don't know if I'm gonna get this chance again, but there are a lot of things I like. And so, I have the camera bag, and my regret is that I have it and I don't have other things, but I also don't want to give this up. It's just a styling issue too. I don't know, feel free to try to talk some sense into me, or if you could pick one of the 4 items that I like, or I guess let's not count the sunglasses because they're sunglasses. If you could pick one of the 3 bags that I like, the camera case, the shopper, or the mini shopper, which one would you pick? Please just let me know. Maybe I'll put a poll up on my community page too, because I think that would be fun to find out. Also, if you already have the camera case, would you prefer to get the shopper or the mini shopper, or all 3? I think all 3 would be excessive. Like, that's a lot. That's probably too many. But I don't know. This is something that's really made me enjoy being a consumer of luxury. Having been able to see this show and admire the pieces and follow the pieces in the production and the runway and the release has really actually made me appreciate the fact that I like the stuff, so I could have this content and the stuff to consume. Does that make sense? It might not make sense. I'm rambling. Let's move on. So now that I've showed you the details of the bag, I think I'm going to do mod shots and then a what fits, but I also want to show you a quick size comparison before I jump into the mod shots, which is, this is my Mini Lou camera bag from YSL, and if you can see, it's roughly the same size as the Fendace camera case. It's a little bit bigger, it's like a little bit taller, and it's a little bit wider. Let's see. So it's a little bit wider, if you can see, and it's a little bit taller, but generally they're about the same size. You can fit a little bit more in the Mini Lou, but not that much more. And I think part of that is because the Mini Lou is quilted, it's puffy, and so a lot of the size is the puff, not necessarily the capacity. I mean, you can fit a lot in this thing, honestly, and you can fit a lot in this thing too, more than I expected based on the size from the website, as I said before. But they are roughly the same size and shape, and in case you wanted a better reference. So yeah, now I'm gonna do the mod shots, and during the mod shots I think I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about my complicated feelings on styling it. So I'll be right back. All right, mod shots time. Let's see if I can make them any less awkward than they normally are. I don't think I'm going to succeed, but I will try. So for reference again, I am 5'7", and I'm quite flat-chested, so this will probably hit different on you if you have a larger chest than I do, or obviously if you have a differently sized torso or shape or anything. I like it as a shoulder bag, but as I said before, it's kind of a thick strap which tends to fall off my shoulders because I have slightly sloped shoulders. So even if I'm sitting at good posture, if like I move slightly, this'll meander down my shoulder. So I like it as a shoulder bag, but I also noticed that because the strap attaches on the back, both of the backs, it tends to lean this way when I am holding it, as opposed to if the strap was on the side and it was like up and down. So I noticed that if it's on my shoulder, it tends to kind of lean away from my body, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but if it's leaning away from my body and the shoulder strap is pulling, then it's gonna fall off, which I don't love. So I do prefer it as a crossbody bag. And here's the thing. So I first saw this and I thought, you know what, this would be really cool as if it was like as kind of like a chest crossbody bag, which I don't know if I'm capable of pulling off, to be honest. And I don't know what I can style this with that makes sense to pull it off, but I really like it kind of like this, like just across the chest. Ideally, it would be a little bit higher across the chest, like a little bit more like this. I like this look a lot, but this is on the shortest setting, and this is as I can't, like, that's as much as I can get it. I was considering getting another hole punched into it to make that more possible, but I do think, I mean, especially if you had a bigger chest than I did or something, or a bigger torso, I think that would be really cute. I think just like an across the chest moment kind of like that would be really cute. I think it would would look nice. I also can just like wear it kind of crossbody kind of in front of me, again on the shortest strap setting, and I think that also looks pretty good. Again, I'm not sure what it would look good with. I think it looks pretty good with hoodies, like in general, like this. I think it looks okay, but I don't know. I don't know. I would like to get better at styling, and I think that I'd be more comfortable and happier with this bag if I knew how to style it better. So feel free to give me suggestions, but there you are. So, you know, I like it like this, but I have to like constantly adjust it. This is also fine. This is fine. You can also, you know, just like wear it on the side. You can also, again, depending on your waist size, you could also wear this as a belt bag. This strap is a little bit too big to, you know, be a waist bag for me, but I have like a black belt, like a silk black belt that I looped through the D-rings, and I just wore it kind of like this, and I also thought that was really cute, like just as a belt bag basically. And I thought that was also really cute. So because there are D-rings and the strap is completely removable, you can play a little bit more with it. In case you were wanting to see it on a longer length, by the way, this is on the third hole, I believe. Yeah, the third hole. And so I think for me anyway, that's a really good strap drop on the shoulder. And it's also a really nice strap drop crossbody if you wanted to hit a little lower on your hip. And obviously you could make this a little bit longer too if you wanted it longer than this. But those are just a couple of ways to wear it and a couple of ways that I've thought of styling it, you know. So it's on the shoulder, it's crossbody, it's little kind of like this moment maybe. It could be a belt bag too. So it is a very versatile piece, I think. It's just, you know, I have my own things to think about, and I'm going to move on to what fits now. So one nice thing about this bag is that the zipper actually comes farther down on the sides, so you actually can open it quite wide like this. So it's easy to get things in and out of it, which I do really appreciate, because sometimes camera bags like only open to like here and they're like super hard to get things in and out of. So you don't have that problem with this. I do want to also point out that, again, there are those 3 card slots in the back. So if you wanted to go without a card holder or a wallet, you definitely could. I prefer to use a card holder and or a wallet. I just like the organization of that, but you could go without if you wanted to. So first of all, does it fit a phone? Absolutely. This is a Pixel 3 with a ginormous case on it, and that fits in absolutely fine with room to spare. And so if you had a larger phone, that would probably fit also just fine. Now, if I have my Pixel in there, then this is a Louis Vuitton Recto Verso that is stuffed to the gills, so that goes in there just fine. And then Louis Vuitton Clay that also goes in pretty fine. And you can see that they're stacked, but there's room on the side here. So if you wanted to throw in, say, like a lipstick, that goes in fine, and a hand sanitizer that also goes in pretty much without trouble, and that zips up without issue, and you know, no bulges or anything, nothing wrong with the bag's integrity. So if you also wanted to, instead of caking, you know, these things, you could also fit in like AirPods. Those fit in also just fine, and then you could like put the hand sanitizer like on top if you wanted to without issue. If you didn't have the Recto Verso, you wanted to use like a Chanel flap card holder or something instead, that also fits in perfectly fine. And the nice thing about this bag is that it's long, so even if you have pretty, you know, this is a flap card holder, but it's pretty puffy, it doesn't take up that much space in it because it ends short of the bag, so you can fill all this space with stuff. So if you, again, you have like your phone, your keys, and the flap card holder, and you want to put in like your AirPods and fragrance or something, that's fine, and it's not too Tetrisy to get like your phone out in a pinch, right? If you're replacing the flap card holder, like the puffy card holder, with a flat card holder, then you've got way more room to play with too. Phone, I mean, with that much in it, like, here are sunglasses. I did not expect this thing to be able to fit sunglasses, but It does, and I picked those sunglasses because they're super bulky. I didn't put a case on them. Obviously, you would need a soft pouch or something to put the sunglasses in because a hard case wouldn't fit. But these things, they fit, and they're kind of bulky. So sunglasses fitting on top. Obviously, because there's a metal zipper here, you want to just be careful about anything you put in and put out. So I wouldn't recommend stuffing this too full because then you'd be like dragging something against the zipper, and that would not be good. But yeah, this fits a ton considering its size. Also really quick in terms of size reference. So this is the Fendace camera case, and this is a Louis Vuitton mini pochette. So you can see that the mini pochette is quite a bit smaller. Not as wide, not as tall. You could fit the mini pochette in here. No problem. I don't know why you would, but yeah, it can fit without issue. So if you wanted to put your mini pochette inside this thing, it would be no problem. Okay, so details done, what fits done, mod shots done. For those of you who are new to my channel and just came to see details about this camera case and the bag, I'm so sorry. I hope that this was still helpful and fine. For those of you who do know me and have been on my channel before, thank you for watching me and putting up with this, but I trust you because you've been following me before and you've been watching me and you know kind of how things go and you understand the rambling. So again, the new people, I'm sorry. If you found this interesting or fun, feel free to like and subscribe for more if you want to, but no pressure, especially because this video was all over the place. But in conclusion, I think that you can tell that I'm on the fence. I'm not hiding the fact that I do like this so much. I think the branding is gorgeous. I think this bag is so cute and cool, and I don't think I'm that cool. So it is the styling that is kind of tripping me up and what I would use it for, because it is a more casual bag. I do like that. I have quite a few black and gold bags because I like black and gold, but I think this is much more casual than like my Chanel's are. So I like that there is that aspect to it, but it does sometimes feel so casual that I think it can clash with some of the things that I own and wear. Again, there's no point in being on the fence because I own it and I can't return it and I don't want to return it, even though there are also other things that I like from this swap that I really do also want. So it would be getting those on top of this, and I feel like, is that too excessive? Is it too excessive if this is the first swap that I've collabed that I've really liked to want to own things from? I don't know. I would appreciate your opinions, your thoughts, your kindness in terms of not being too irate about the fact that this video was very long and rambly. I hope it was entertaining in any case and possibly helpful. In any case, I really appreciate you watching this video all the way through if you have, and if you have watched this video all the way through, please put an emoji of a little person wearing sunglasses, because I would love to know who has watched this entire thing. So a sunglasses emoji if you have seen this whole video. And I do hope that it was helpful to you. I would love to hear your opinions, as I've previously said, and I hope that you don't mind. This was my return to YouTube video because obviously it was all over the place. If you like this video, please do give it a like. It super duper helps the algorithm, and subscribe for more content that helps the algorithm even more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.